Huge development. Peter Strzok admits junk Russia dossier came from Nellie Orr at Fusion GPS by Jim Hoff for the GatewayPundit.com. On Thursday, disgraced FBI investigator Peter Strzok admitted during his congressional hearing that the phony Russia dossier was funneled through the FBI by Nellie and Bruce Orr. The junk dossier went from Fusion GPS and Glenn Simpson to Nellie Orr at Fusion GPS to her husband, Bruce Orr, at the DOJ. Walked over and fed to Peter Strzok at the FBI, and this was the impetus for the entire Trump-Russia investigation. And it was all paid for by the Clinton campaign. Just say Hillary Clinton through the DNC. This was the basis for the Trump-Russia collusion investigation. It was all a Democrat Party operation. It all makes sense now, and we actually knew all of this, but it's better to get it, Techno Frog here, Strzok. Mr. Orr provided information to the FBI that included material that is what everybody is calling the dossier. Fusion GPS didn't hire Nellie Orr for her expertise. They hired her because of her contacts. Jim Jordan led the questioning. Freedom Caucus founder Jim Jordan shared this on Lou Dobbs Tonight. Why do you think they're going after him so bad?
What you did today was critically important. Your thoughts on Peter Strzok and the degree to which you had to be somewhat surprised that suddenly, after he had tried to stonewall you 2 hours previously, he gave you an answer.
Right. Remember a couple things. Peter Strzok's the key guy. He's the lead agent on the Clinton investigation, lead agent on the Russian investigation. Today in committee, I think for the first time, the FBI and the DOJ have admitted that they got the dossier, parts of the dossier, from Bruce Orr. So always remember this. Bruce Orr's wife, Nellie Orr, worked for Fusion GPS. Glenn Simpson, the company, the agency that was hiring Christopher Steele. Now we know that Fusion GPS, Nellie Orr, who worked for them, was giving information to her husband, who then passed it to the FBI. So this kind of confirms what we always suspected, what was in the majority memo back in January, but I believe it's the first time that the Department of Justice and the FBI have admitted to that very fact.
And you also were watching as Strzok started talking about the dossier published by BuzzFeed News, as people may not always recall, but that is where it was published. He acknowledged that it was identical to the documents that Senator McCain had passed along to the FBI. I mean, that's extraordinary.
Yeah, this was this big kind of circle that was going on. All kinds of media outlets, all kinds of people were giving the FBI information, it looks like, about this dossier information. But the fact that Bruce Orr, the fourth-ranking official in the Justice Department, one of the top people in the Justice Department, his wife was working for Fusion GPS, and we now know Bruce Orr was actually in September of 2016 giving parts of the dossier to the FBI. I think that's significant because remember, Lou, it was the dossier that this whole case was built on. The dossier is what they took to the secret court to get the secret warrant to spy on Carter Page. They didn't tell the court anything about the Orrs. They didn't tell the court anything about Bruce Orr giving them information. They didn't tell the court that Christopher Steele had been fired by the FBI. And they didn't tell the court that the dossier was paid for by the Clinton campaign. That launched everything. The other key element in the hearing was when we learned that when Peter Strzok was kicked off of Mueller's team, Bob Mueller didn't ask him any questions. Didn't ask him about his bias and some of these crazy things he had said in his text messages. So this investigation started off with, I think, with this baloney dossier, and now at the end, when they're getting rid of Peter Strzok, there's all kinds of smell there too. That's the problem.
Well, it's a problem that seems to be now, again, under your questioning in particular, it is a problem that looks like it may be headed toward, for the first time, resolution. I want to, tomorrow, Lisa Page, Strzok's lover, give us a sense of what we can expect and what you expect in the closed-door testimony.
Well, she's no longer an employee of the FBI.
Right.
So Peter Strzok had FBI counsel there saying, you can't answer these questions because of cert. She won't be able to assert that tomorrow when we're in a closed door deposition setting. So she's going to get a lot of these same questions, but I don't think she can assert that privilege and say she can't hide behind, oh, the FBI counsel recommends that I not answer this question, which Agent Strzok did several times, as you could see from the hearing, several times today. So that, I think, will be a big difference tomorrow in that interview.
I would like for this audience to see the Democratic, part of the Democratic response to a discredited, disgraced.
You see, this is also new because she won't be able to say, not testify also. And it throws and also the Russia dossier, it throws the whole credibility of that phony dossier, which we all knew was a piece of junk that was a plan just to discredit President Trump and sow discord into this country, where you have a couple of liberals still thinking that that this is all true, that with the Russia collusion and stuff, and for Mueller to continue on false grounds and spend that kind of money, I mean, it is sickening. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.